This machine will have eyes, ears, and a voice.
This is PVP Television News.
Well, my name is Colin Penfold, and I'm the chair of TRAPP, which is Trannon Residents Against the Power Plans. We have a public meeting on tonight in Trefeglwys in the community centre, and we are rather hoping we'll get most of the community, or a lot of the community, to attend the meeting. The local community, I think, are outraged at the prospect of having these huge pylons coming through our very beautiful valley. The problems for tourism are huge. I mean, this is a big tourist area in this particular part of Mid Wales, and it would be a great shame if that was affected.
I think that our concerns about the pylons and the turbines are twofold. The first concern, of course, is that the turbines will not contribute the 20% they're supposed to the national grid. And secondly, associated with that, the fact that the government are having to build 120% of requirement for the future to cover when the turbines don't work. And there's going to be plenty of downtime on the turbines, which has been shown over the last 3 or 4 winters when it's been carefully measured. The second problem we have is that with the energy costs and the cost of flights overseas, we have a great opportunity over the next few years to take advantage of tourism and bring in people who traditionally would go overseas into the valleys of Mid Wales. It's a very, very beautiful place, and we feel that tourism could blossom over the next few years, and I think the Welsh Assembly government, the Welsh Government, would actually agree to that, because tourism, I think, is one of the major industries in Mid Wales.
Again, they select this area because it is so dark, so that is bringing a different problem.
And our question is, are wind farms a benefit? Are they a burden? What are we actually getting from them? And we use that slide just because we think it's very important. And does wind energy actually deliver what we want it to deliver? That is the question we keep asking. This picture is taken on Kevin Croyce, which is the wind farm. If you go down the A44, it's on your left between Llangurig and Aberystwyth. And of course, what we want from wind energy, according to the government, is that we want to be able to save our CO2 emissions and reduce global warming. So are wind farms going to save us from this? Does wind energy actually deliver? This is a picture taken in Germany. This is a base of one of the turbines. And one of the things that we discovered when we were looking through these details was that in Germany, they now have, in fact, it's a higher figure than this, over 20,000 megawatts of installed wind capacity. Now, one would think, therefore, that this was a huge advantage. What we have found, and is now accepted as common knowledge, is that all wind farms require backup. The more proportion of wind energy you get, the greater percentage of backup you have to provide. Lance will explain more about this later on.
Yet, as a community councillor, I'm not allowed to take part in any wind farm planning application in our area because I'm known to have opposed them. I feel this is hardly right. I don't know whether anyone's any comment.
And we stopped directly underneath these huge pylons, and they were humming. You couldn't hardly hear the speaker who was speaking to us speak because of the humming noise. Could you just explain to me why there's such a humming noise coming from them? And when you're under a normal 3-phase line, on a domestic line, there's no humming.
Wind farms are economic for the developer because they are paid they're paid money in subsidies. It's called subsidy, but it's actually added onto our electricity bills. So it is economic for developers to build them as long as they're getting the subsidies. If there were no subsidies, there would be no wind farms. And that's not just in this country, it is in other countries as well.
Thank you very much. Next question, please.
Yes, the turnout was excellent, and obviously it shows the strength of feeling that people have in this valley with regards to renewable energy. The two speakers were excellent, as they always are, and the questions that came from the floor itself showed the depth and knowledge that people have, not only in this area, because there were people from outside of the area who attended the meeting, and it just shows that it isn't just something maybe that we are concerned about, but it is something that obviously other people in Wales and hopefully in the rest of the UK are becoming more and more aware about as well.
The project to connect wind farms in mid Wales involves several partners. National Grid's part of the project is to connect into the national transmission system, the national electricity transmission system. The other partners, obviously the wind farm developers, construct wind farms, and the local distribution company who will be creating a network to collect power from the wind farms and transport the power to a hub substation where we, National Grid and the distribution company, will each own equipment. One of the wind farm developers, Scottish and Southern Energy, will be creating its own connection from their wind farm at Nantymoch into the hub substation. So they'll develop their own 132,000 volt connection.
This machine will have eyes, ears, and a voice.